What's good, everybody? You already know what it is. It's Ron Crypt X here coming to you with another video. And yeah, today we're gonna be talking about diversification, how to diversify your portfolio. And as you all should know, if you don't by now, diversifying is one of the safest things you can do in this space. It's kind of like a fail-safe so that you don't lose all your money. So yeah, I would talk about a few ways to make money. A lot of people come into this space and they only do one thing, which is very bad, because if that one thing flops on you, then you're shit out of luck. This is not like going to a bank where if somebody steals your credit card or something, the bank can reverse all that. Losing money in the crypto space is really money you can't get back. The only way you can get it back is by making the money back. So you want to always be safe with your investments. As you're making money, you don't want to keep putting that money back in the same thing. You want to slowly be diversifying your portfolio. And I'm going to talk about a few different ways that you can make money in this space, and a few different things that I'm actually doing. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'll be making later videos on how to set things up, or how to get into certain ICOs, or how to trade and stuff like that, but that's only per request. So if you really want to see more videos on that, I'm going to need y'all to drop comments down below. And I don't mind taking the time out to make videos on this stuff, but this is basically like a broad overview on some of the things you can do. It depends on you. So one thing about crypto is when you're doing this diversifying, at the same time it's good, but at the same time you still want to be up to date and keep up with the news, because a lot of things changes. This is a very volatile market. The price goes up one second, the price goes down the next. So you do want to keep up with the news. Make sure you're on top of everything for the most part. I'm not saying stay on the computer 24/7, because obviously I don't do that, but I don't know, have notifications going on for some of the things you're in. Maybe whether it's Twitter or whatever it is, try to check maybe once or twice a day. I like checking what the values are on some of my investments, once I wake up in the morning, and then I leave it for a couple of hours and come back and see what's going on. Stuff like that. Just make it a habit so that you are up to date and you're on top of everything. But let's get right into it. So one of the things I want to talk about is, like, say 100%, that's your portfolio. And 100% means however much money you have in total. That's about in total in terms of investment. That's about 100% of what you're putting your investment in. So what you want to do is, diversify that. You don't want to put 100% of your money into one thing. So you split it up. So a couple things I like to do. A couple things I recommend. One is, like I said, I made a previous video on HYPs, why you shouldn't do them. And HYPs, at most they offer you like 2% a day. Why invest your money in something so risky to only get 2% a day, when you can have your own trading bot where the money is all in your internal account. Nobody has access to your money, and then you have a bot that's trading for you. You can monitor it 24/7. You can make adjustments to the bot. You can tweak the bot, and you basically you're your own boss. And with trading bots, you can make well over 2% if you know what you're doing. So yeah. So one of the trading, I'm not gonna say one. The only trading bot that I currently have and that I currently use is Profittrailer, and you can go watch other videos on it. Like I said, if you do want me to make videos and what my settings are and all that, just leave a comment below and I don't mind. But yeah, Profittrailer is a very good trading bot. I highly recommend it. It does cause as of when I bought it, which is I say about 3 weeks to a month ago, it cost me about $300, but it was probably one of the best investments I ever made, because that $300 makes me well over 2% a day. I remember some days it was crazy when I first started. Even now I was getting like 5, 6, 7% a day, which is well over what I made in HYPs. And in HYPs I got scammed for all my money in the trading bot. I'm not losing any money, I'm just making money, and they have very good they have very good what do I want to say, methods. I'm just saying they have very good strategies, of how they trade. There's different strategies to trade that you can choose, you can select. You just have to do a little bit of research, guys. There's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of research. So I employ all you guys to do that on your own spare time. But yeah, I have a lot of good strategies on making money trading, and there's kind of fail safe so that you don't lose any money, as long as you're a little bit patient. So this is by far one of the safest investments you can make in terms of making money. So what the trading bot does is basically there's these three exchanges where you can buy, trade, and sell cryptocurrencies. Bittrex, Poloniex, and now they have Binance. They have Binance somewhere. So basically, throughout the day, you leave your bot on, and you, like I said, you have to set it, which is not that hard. So you have settings where it buys and sells trade pairs like BTC to Ethereum, BTC to LTC, BTC to like whatever the other cryptocurrency pair. And as the price is fluctuating throughout the day, it tries to buy low and sell high. This is a very highly volatile market. So it's always fluctuating. So this is very good for the bot because like I said, it has strategies to find out when is the best time to buy and then when is the best time to sell for your benefit. And you can also make settings what percentages you want it to buy and sell at, which is really good. So I do highly recommend looking into trading bots. There are other trading bots. Just do your research. There's Leonardo. There's other bots I don't remember off the top of my head. So this is run really good, and I would say don't put all your money into these exchanges. Also diversify more. So maybe you can have a Poloniex exchange where you have one bot running, then a Bittrex bot running another exchange. Maybe you just want to start out with $200 or $100, whatever you feel comfortable with. But I would never say put all my money in one. I know somebody who has an entire BTC in Bittrex, and he's trading with a trading bot, and this guy is making about $1,000 a day, off just the bot, doing nothing else. Imagine making $1,000 a day just trading something that you already have. You're not giving it to somebody else that can scam you whenever. Like, obviously you're not going to scam yourself, so your bot is always going to be working for you. So I highly recommend doing some research on these bots and trying to get into one. Just have one bot running for you, and yeah. And let's move on. Another thing is these ICOs, and I'm not talking about these traditional ICOs. I'm talking about these lending ICOs. It's a niche going on right now. It's very popular in the cryptocurrency space right now. Yeah, this is a game changer, guys. I'm not gonna lie. For sure, especially if you're looking at living in the US. For me, we don't know how long these ICOs are gonna last. So the reason these are risky also, but they're high risk, high reward, like highly rewardable. The gist of it is you buy in cheap during the ICO stage. ICO stands for initial coin offering. You buy in cheap, and you want to get in about around $1 or under. Those are the best times to buy in. And what happens is, when these things go into the exchanges, whether it's internal exchange or external exchange, depending on the demand and depending on like I said, depending on the demand, these things can 5x, 10x, 20x, 30x, and so on your money. So say you put in $100 and you got about, let's say, I don't want to call them shares because you're really buying into what I want to say. You're buying a currency from them where there's a token and where there's a coin. And guys, there is a difference. I'll make a video on that later. You're buying a coin from them, and the coin holds some type of value. Right now, the value is only worth 45 cents, but in about a month and a half, depending on the demand, and when it goes on exchange, it can be $15 or $20 or $30. That's why you want to do your research and your due diligence and find which ones have a good chance of doing that 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever. And like I said, if you spend like $100 and something, you get like 200 tokens in a month time. Say it goes to $15 each, guys. This ain't rocket science. I mean, you ain't gotta be the mathematician to see how this works. If you have 200 tokens which you bought at 45 cents each, I'm sorry, you bought say you spent 50, you bought them at 50 cents each, so you spent $100 and got 200 tokens, right? If in a month each token is worth $15, guys, I remind you, you only spent $100. Look, what I'm saying? That's $3,000 right there. It ain't rocket science, but it is high. It's risky, but like what I said, even with these, you can diversify. Don't put all your money into one of these ICOs. There's a lot coming out daily. A lot of them do work out. A lot of them are scams, and that's why you just divide it, because one of these ICOs can pay for all the different ICOs that were scams for you, and then some. You know what I'm saying? And then if you have a few others that happen to be legit, then boom, you know what I'm saying? You were in the green. You're really good. So just do your research on those, and that's one way to diversify your portfolio. Like I said, these are the most rewardable right now, but they won't last forever. So I will be making some ICO videos here and there. If you want me to be on top of it and let you guys know what ICOs I'm currently in, and when I do get into them, just leave a comment below, and I don't have no problem doing that. And then another thing you can do, It's the good old hodling. It's a double-edged sword. It could be safe. It could be it couldn't. Back then when Bitcoin went on the bull run, as we can see here, let's click Bitcoin right here. And sorry, hodling, all it is just holding. You basically, when you buy into a currency, you just hold it and you ride the appreciation value until it goes as high as you want it to go, until you either sell it, or you can just keep holding it if you see potential in it. And then next year, the next 2 years, you just keep holding it. I'm sure everybody knows the story where when Bitcoin first was introduced into the space, and Bitcoin was only a couple cents, guys. I think it was about 13 cents or maybe even cheaper. And as you can see now, even though Bitcoin has been declining these last couple of days, but that's because of various reasons, and it will go back up. Bitcoin is about $13,000, $14,000. Even if you would have spent $1 and got just a couple Bitcoins, about 8 or 9 Bitcoins, guys, you know what I'm saying, 100, 200K sitting in your bank account, that looks right. That'll be looking real good right about now, at least for me. But obviously back then, people thought it was a scam. A lot of people didn't even know about it. I had no idea what a cryptocurrency was back then. But it's all good. But like I said, holding is good too, but it's a double-edged sword, because depending on how early you get in or how late you can get in now and hold it for a couple months, and yeah, it could ride up. But if you hold it for too long, sometimes it could go down. So just that's why you always want to monitor your investments, because if it goes up 100% and you see it slowly start to decline, and I want to say be strong. Like, don't invest what you're not willing to lose, and you want to be strong, because sometimes this is highly volatile, so these markets do fluctuate a lot, and just because it goes down a little bit doesn't mean it's the bubble is popping, whatever, however they call it. It just means right now more people are selling their shares than they are buying, and they might only last for a few days or a few hours, and we really just don't know. So a lot of people have strong hands, and that has made them even more money, and then a lot of people have not strong hands, and they've missed out on a lot of money, and kicked themselves in the ass because just they sold so early, where in a couple of days it went right back up past to where it was before. So yeah, like I said, if we let's look at this, what holding means is basically, if you got into Bitcoin, if you got into Bitcoin as of July 10th, 2017, one Bitcoin was only $2,000 and about $2,500, right? And back then, they were way more affordable. People thought they were expensive back then because people had no idea that it will reach the price that it is now. So people weren't even willing to buy one Bitcoin. They were like, wait, that's too expensive for one coin. Why would I spend $2,500? But now I look at the price now, and people are trying to get Bitcoins now. People are trying to get entire Bitcoins because they believe that in a couple months, Bitcoin might reach $50,000, $100,000. So now is the best time, because it ain't gonna be this low for too long. But yeah. So if you would have bought one Bitcoin in July 2017 and you would have hold it, you didn't do anything with your Bitcoin, you just left it alone, you forgot about it, you would have came back today and saw that your Bitcoin that you had bought for $2,500, it would have been worth $13,000 or $14,000 right now. So that's all the notion of holding is. And I'm in here at CoinMarketCap because this lists a lot of different currencies out there. Bitcoin is not the only currency out there, guys. It is the grandfather. It is the parent currency. It was the first introduced to kind of like, it's like a template for all the other ones. They follow suit, but a lot of the other ones do have better technology. They're faster. They have better transaction fees and stuff like that. It just depends on you doing your own research and seeing what you like and what you see potential in. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm a cryptocurrency guru, because I'm not. I do my research every single day. I'm still learning just as you guys. So I just like to bring information to you guys to better help you guys educate yourself. And yeah, there's a lot of different currencies, guys. A lot of different ones. IOTA, they have a very good business model behind them and what they're doing. So I would look into that. That's just one example. And as you can see, if we look at the graph, currently IOTA is 3.62. We can look at the graph, and yeah, it's a lot of fluctuation going on. At its peak, it did hit about $5, But just a couple months ago, check this out, guys. IOTA was only it was so small, only what is that, a couple cents, even smaller than a cent, and look at it now. It's at $3, So I'm sorry, was I looking at the wrong thing? Yeah. Like I was saying, it was only about 35 cents, guys. And if you would have bought IOTA when it was about 35 cents, and then you would have waited till when it hit its peak, that's a 10, 15. Those are the 5, 10, 15, 20 exits we're talking about. Those are how you turn $1,000 to $15,000, guys, by being smart with your money and not, doing all these high risk investments. These are kind of more safe. At the same time, you do want to watch, the trajectory and make sure that they're at least rising little by little or staying steady. If something is declining very fast, unless you know for sure that what's going on with the news and stuff, you do want to kind of just be on your toes and just make sure you're not going to lose all your money. But then again, if you diversify, as I say, and don't put all your eggs in one basket, it's okay to lose some money here because you're making money elsewhere. So yeah, those are just a few other ways. I can't think right on the top of my head what other ways to make money, but if I do come across any more, I will let you guys know. And yeah, that's all for me, and I'll catch y'all. Peace.